Brittany here, and today I wanted to share with you one of my manifestation fails, um, or um, in a lighter note, one of my manifestation learnings, right? We learn from our failures. First, just gonna oil up. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know what manifestation is or if you believe in it or any of things like that. Um, Basically, it's using the law of attraction, or my definition, using the law of attraction to bring things, to create things, right? To manifest things. Um, and I'm also the type of personality where I'm like, okay, where's the data? Where's the evidence, right? And so I wanted to pop on and share this fail, cancel, clear, new learning, right? Because to me, this is a piece of the evidence. Okay. So here's what happened. Okay. I started tutoring after school 2 days a week. Right. So before I was getting paid, like, you know how, like, you budget for things like ahead of time, like, okay, that's this amount of money extra, right? And so it's about $37 an hour, right? And so I'm like budgeting to see how much more my paycheck's going to be and like going through all of those things that we go through when we budget, right? But I, like we do, I was rounding, right? Okay. I could have rounded up to $40, right? But then I was like, but I don't want to be surprised when I get my paycheck and it's less. So I was actually rounding down to 30, right? So I was like, okay, 2 days a week, 30 times 2 is 60. Okay, and I'm doing all the math. Okay. So I did this like, I don't know, it for like a week, right? While I'm like paying bills and budgeting and doing all the things to try and account for this money. So this is a really quick story. So fast forward 2 weeks, I get my paycheck. And it says, the 2 hours you worked um, for this week, blah, 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 $30 an hour. That's what it said on my paycheck, right? Not 37, 30. And at first I was like, what? No, wait. Okay. So there was some miscommunication and some things that weren't necessarily clear in that. Okay. I could have gotten really upset, blame the other people, talk to whoever I need to talk to and be like, this isn't right, blah, blah, blah. Or can you explain this? This wasn't clear when I signed up for tutoring, all the things, right? But instead, I realized, right, and a lot of manifestation comes with self awareness. That's kind of the first step because our thoughts and what we say is what creates our reality, right? So it makes sense that the things we think about, the things we say, are the things we manifest, if I'm using those words, right? Basically, it's our thoughts that create our actions. So for me, instead of being upset, disappointed, all of these things, I had kind of this light bulb moment, this aha moment of like, oh, I was processing and thinking that I was rounding down to $30 for like a week, maybe even a week and a half, right? And so for me, that was my aha of like, oh, I manifested this because that's all I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about it in terms of, I wasn't rounding up. I wasn't using exact, I rounded down. So for me, that was evidence that I was manifesting making $30 an hour instead of 37. Whether it was, you know, the miscommunication happened that way, right? It wasn't until after I got paid the $30 an hour that, you know, I talked to and found clarification and things like that. Okay, we could consider it a miscommunication. We could consider it like just some things weren't clear, right? Confusion over clarity. But in my eyes, that was like, Brittany, you manifested that. You were thinking 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, and 30 is what you got, right? So that is why it's so important when we think about the things we want that we're very specific and we're very self-aware of how we think about things. All right. I actually have, I'm not going to share it right now because I want to keep it short for you guys. Because I know some of you are like, you see how long the video is and you're like, I don't have time to watch that, right? But in my group tomorrow, if you want to hop in there, if you're already in there, great. Thank you. If you're not, go ahead and pop in there. I'll pull it up. I'm actually going to be doing like a Q&A on manifestation and trying to find the right group here. And I'm also going to talk about my manifestation evidence that goes the other way, right? So not the fail or the learning, but how within like a week span, I flipped it around and I did it in a positive way. And then I have another example or evidence of. So I'm going to be talking about that in my group and then also doing some like Q&A. So if you have any like questions on manifestation or anything like that, feel free to hop in the group and ask those and I will do my best to address those at the time. All right. You guys have the best day. Okay, remember, our thoughts become our realities. So, think wisely. You guys have the best day. Bye-bye.